Well, the holiday season is upon us, and there's nothing that complements the holiday spirit like a good fragrance that puts you right in that holiday mood, lifts your spirits, puts you in that festive kind of mind. You know what I mean? So I have a set of fragrances every year I go back to during the holidays that I love to wear, that really put me in the holiday state of mind, if you will. So if you want to find out what kind of fragrances complement the holiday season perfectly, just continue to watch. Hi my lovely people, welcome back to another fabulous fragrance video. Like I said, I've got a bunch of beautiful fragrances here that really put me in the holiday spirit. This is a set of fragrances that I have been kind of growing over the years. Obviously there are base ones that I've had forever that I've always worn around the holidays that I always go back to, but then there are some new ones that I just recently added. Actually, some of them I just added this year, so this is going to be my first time wearing those ones. They are so perfect for the holidays too. So let's jump right in. So to me, there are certain type of fragrances. You know, I've talked to you guys about, you know, ambience of different seasons, the atmosphere of different seasons, you know, even though the biggest differentiation is just warm weather fragrances versus cold weather fragrances, there's something to be said about the mood too of each season, and then also the holiday season. So I feel like, you know, over the years, you know, my fragrance journey, I have come to realize that there are certain type of fragrances that really complement the holiday atmosphere. So the first type of category that I find perfectly complement the holiday spirit or the atmosphere are slightly kind of spicy vanillas, kind of festive vanillas, I call them. They just really spell holidays to me, and my number one fragrance, in fact this is the one I wore last Christmas. This was my fragrance of the day on Christmas Day last year. This is Bouquet Ideal by Xerjoff. As you can see, I don't wear this very much. This is really one of my few fragrances that I only sort of pull out during the holidays, because to me this is a perfect holiday fragrance. I'm actually gonna spray them on me. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spray this. So Bouquet Ideal, you guys, this beautiful, 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 fantastic festive vanilla. I call it a festive spicy vanilla. It has this sort of beautiful, almost kind of like mild woodiness that comes from a papyrus note, and then of course the vanilla and tonka bean that are in here. Vanilla is always, I feel like, a festive note. So with the vanilla and tonka bean, along with the papyrus and the sensual sandalwood and the, I think there are other woody notes like garlic wood too, all these like woody notes with that vanilla and the bit of spice that's in here, warm but mild, like cinnamon and nutmeg, really make for a gorgeous, perfect holiday spicy vanilla. So there's something really alluring, sexy about this fragrance too, but it's in a very kind of holiday sort of way. You know, I don't know how to quite put it. I think there's a little bit of a leather kind of nuance from labdanum in here. There's a bit of musk and all that, but I feel like this is the perfect holiday scent. In fact, it was my holiday scent last Christmas. Speaking of sort of beautiful woody kind of slightly warm vanillas for the holidays, Gentle Fluidity Gold by Maison Francis Kurkdjian is another perfect holiday fragrance. This is a great cold weather vanilla fragrance because there's a bit of juniper berry in here. You guys know juniper berry. So that juniper berry almost gives it like that piney vibe that perfectly complements, make you think of like the Christmas tree. It has some beautiful warm spices that are kind of mild, like nutmeg, you know, and it has a little bit of amber, but very slightly. That vanilla is nice and warm. Juniper berry is almost kind of like not so warm, you know what I mean, kind of cold vibes, but it's kind of like a mix between the two. So I feel like it really complements the holiday season. Let me actually spray this onto my other back of my hand here. Yeah, see, to me it's a perfectly perfect holiday vanilla. Has a bit of that warmth from the spice, but very mildly. The vanilla, the juniper berry brings that sort of balsamic, sort of aromatic, piney kind of nuances, you know. So that it's perfect for the holidays. Kind of gives you like Christmas tree vibes, very slightly, because of like the piney vibes from the juniper berries, the balsamic vibes, and the little slight warmth from mild spices like nutmeg and coriander and that kind of stuff. And then you have the beautiful vanilla. I think it's a perfect holiday vanilla, if you ask me. This is a bit more spicy than these two that I just talked to you about. It's a little bit of a stronger vanilla. This is Sultan by Royal Crown. So this one is a bit more spicy, but very festive to me. Like it's another festive, spicy vanilla that's a gourmand. All vanillas are gourmand fragrances, but this one is particularly gourmand because this has a beautiful, what do you call it, dates and dried fruits too, I think. Let me go ahead and spray it here. Yeah, it's a perfectly perfect spicy festive vanilla. It's got the dates, it's got the vanilla, like a bit of rose, some other fruity notes. I'm gonna say dried fruits, I think, which adds that beautiful sort of almost like fruit cake, you know, type of smell to it, with the vanilla, the very deep vanilla scent in the base. That's balsamic from the myrrh that's in here, a little smoky, little balsamic from the myrrh. There are a lot of woody notes here. There's sandalwood and there's oud. Some people say that the woody notes pull stronger on their skin than the vanilla. On my skin, the vanilla pulls stronger than the woody notes, okay? So, you know, it depends on chemistry too, you guys. You gotta keep that in mind. Has a bit of like a lacing of a leather kind of vibe from the labdanum. It's a flower that's got a little bit of a leather nuance. So yeah, it's like very kind of warm, spicy. It's got a bit of a kick. I almost want to say this has like stronger warm spices, other than things like cinnamon, that sort of warm spices. Other than that, maybe like a little bit of like black pepper too, I don't know. But anyway, it's a very like, it's almost like a vanilla that reminds me of a spicy fruitcake, like, but only like in a very perfume, gorgeous kind of way, if that makes sense. And I have one more vanilla. It's this one right here. It is such a sexy, spicy vanilla. The inspiration for this fragrance apparently was cabarets in Paris in the 20s and 30s. So I can see that. I can see that, guys, because there's something really spicy and powdery about this fragrance. It makes me think of, you know, flapper girls and, you know, like glamorousness from that era. This is, of course, Christian Louboutin's Louis Rouge from the Louis World collection. I love and adore that collection. You guys know how much I love it. I have the entire collection. I have the Entente ones. I have the summer ones. I have it all. Okay, so this one is the perfect feminine, sexy, like powdery, spicy, festive vanilla. Okay, this is again along the same lines as Bouquet Ideal and them, but this is way sexier. It's a little bit more sexy vixen on holiday kind of fragrance. Again, a nice festive spicy vanilla. This has iris, which is, you know, powdery, gives that sort of lipstick vibe, you know, like the cosmetic vibe, and with the big dose of vanilla and the sensual sandalwood, it's just perfect It just puts me right in the holiday spirit. You guys love that one. So another type of scent that I feel like complement the holiday season quite nicely are marshmallow fragrances, you guys. I mean, I wanted to put all sorts of marshmallow scents in this video. I didn't want to, you know, talk about all of them. I think the one that fits in the most is this one in my hand. This is Kilian Princess. It's the short name. Long name is I don't need a prince to be by my side to be a princess. Okay, so anyway, you know how Kilian has crazy names. But anyway, yeah, Kilian Princess, this is such a marshmallowy fragrance. Now this is marshmallowy in a different way than Kilian Love Don't Be Shy or Kilian Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. This one is like, to me, more straight up marshmallow with a little hint of greenness from that green tea note. But the marshmallow is more of a true marshmallow scent, whereas Love Don't Be Shy and the Extreme, they have more of a sweet leaning, almost like a honeyed kind of vibe, you know, like from the honeysuckle and everything. Whereas this one is straight up kind of like a blast of marshmallow, you know. I really love this, and I feel like this really puts me in that sort of like, you know, like the holiday marshmallows, you know, like the hot cocoa with the marshmallow, that I smell the marshmallow when I smell it. That's kind of what it reminds me. So I love like soft gourmand fragrances like this for the holidays. Not so much, say, things like, what do you call that one, by PDM, Parfums de Marly Oriana. Now that one has too much orange blossom and everything. That goes in a different direction. This one, actually, the marshmallow is the biggest star in my opinion, other than the hint of green. So I feel like this really complements the holiday season very well. I actually realized this last holiday season that works really well, and that during the holidays put me in that spirit. Yeah, so now it's in my holiday perfume rotation. Another type of fragrance that works so well in the holidays, during the holidays, that really puts you in the holiday spirit, holiday mood, are chocolate fragrances. And like I told you guys, I have so many fragrances with chocolate notes in them. None of them really, you know, fit the bill for me. The one that puts me in such a good mood is this one by Shabu, Lady Chocolat. You guys, this one is a beautiful, beautiful chocolate blast. Puts me right in that holiday mood. Make me think of, you know, hot cocoa, chocolates, you know, holiday candies. Really, that true chocolate scent that this has. This is one of the few fragrances that I've smelled that has that truly chocolate scent. You know, to me, this smells like milk chocolate, straight up, okay? No booziness, none of the other stuff. Chocolate is the king. Really, really reminds me of chocolate, but a very perfume kind of version of it. They're not literally like chocolate. It's got a very milky, lactonic vibe because there is milk in it. Like I said, that chocolate note and the milk note together, really, it gives me that milk chocolate vibes, really. It's like in the true sense. And there's a bit of musk and there's vanilla that really adds to that perfume aspect of it. It's like the chocolate, it's a gorgeous, delicious milk chocolate, but only the perfume version, if you know what I mean. Really love this. By the way, you guys, I do have a discount code for this. If you want to get this, it's like the best chocolate fragrance I've smelled in my life, and I've smelled everything. Everybody sent me samples of ones I don't have. Still haven't found one that beat this. I do mean to add a few more chocolate fragrances the next year, but for now, this has really been the one that really put me in that holiday spirit. Another pair of gorgeousness that I realized that really put me in a good mood, period, make me feel like $1,000,000. These two are the latest additions to my fragrance collection. It is the most sophisticated smelling fragrances, especially the original. I am talking about, of course, Gourmand Coquin by Guerlain and the Guerlain Fève Gourmand. Okay, so I did a video comparing these two. So allegedly, this Fève Gourmand is what replaced this one, Guerlain Gourmand Coquin. you know, that's what Guerlain Fragrance House is saying, that this replaced this. So a lot of people were saying, oh, these two smell the same. Well, they don't. Okay, so first of all, these two are done by completely different perfumers. This is done by Christine Nagel and Sylvain Decatur. Okay, they're two perfumers that created Gourmand Coquin. Okay, and this was done by just one perfumer, Delphine Joc. So there are different perfumers that created these. So there's no way that these two smell exactly the same. Yes, this was created to smell similar to this, but they're not the same. I'm not gonna go ahead and sit here and compare these because I've already done a video on that. Go ahead and check it out. I will link it down in the description box. It was really good comparison, and boy, did I get a lot of feedback, a lot of comments. Everybody was excited to see a proper review comparing these two because they couldn't find anything proper comparing the two of them in a more in-depth and factual way. Okay, so this actually makes me laugh. So let me talk about this one first. This one, Gourmand Coquin, you guys, this make me feel like a lady from Louis XIV court or Marie Antoinette. She didn't live during Louis XIV, it was Louis XVI. But anyway, so that's kind of what make me feel like, because this reminds me exactly of fragrances from that era, from the French court, that time of the history, like French history. Okay, so when I said that, what I was talking about, this is the type of perfume they made, they wanted to smell like, that they created, these the royalty wanted to smell like, that they created like this classic sophisticated, you know, finest French perfumery. That's what I was talking about when I said this makes me feel like, you know, Marie Antoinette and, you know, a lady from Louis XIV's court. So somebody makes a comment that, oh, you made me laugh when you said that it makes you feel like Marie Antoinette because they had beer. Yes, I am aware of it. I have actually studied French history extensively. My job isn't here to sit here and tell people about French history. Really, I want to give them and convey them the idea, the way this fragrance smells. That's what I'm trying to convey to you guys. Since you can't smell this through the camera, the best I can do is paint the picture. Royalty back then, noble people especially, which is hilarious, they didn't bathe because they thought they just wiped themselves down with towelettes because they thought that taking baths spread diseases, which is really the opposite of what we know to be true, right? But they were deathly afraid of diseases spreading because this was a bad problem at the time. So they didn't bathe, which is why France became one of the birthplaces of finest perfumery, because they were trying to find ways to mask their body odor. Okay, I'm aware of it, but that is so unromantic, you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about what Marie Antoinette might have smelled like, her body odor might have been like before or after she sprayed this on. I'm talking about what they wanted to smell like, what she would have had on her vanity. This is what the French royalty wanted to smell like, okay? They were the finest fragrances that they made at that time. And this has that delicate, gorgeous, beautiful, elegant, you know, smell. I mean, it leaves me speechless. This is more rose than this one, by the way. Again, watch my video. I compare them very closely. Oh, this has this beautiful chocolate note, you guys. There's chocolate, there's a little bit of cacao in there and chocolate, and I feel like there's a lacing of a slight booziness, and there's that rose, the vanilla, everything just smells absolutely gorgeous. It is like, again, it puts me in the holiday mood because that, you know, chocolate note in there with the rose, it's just such a delicate balance between a gourmand note and a gorgeous floral note. You know, it's just this, it's a masterpiece. Really, that's all I can say. I'm not going to get into too much of the detail of what this smells like because I did a Great job in that video where I compared the two of these. This is, by the way, the empty bottle that came with it. This is with the atomizer. This came in a bigger bottle with a glass cork like thing, which is very like the same way they would have had the perfumes back during the time of Marie Antoinette. But you know, makes me feel like royalty. But anyway, I was able to put some in this so I can, you know, grab it to go, spray it on in a hurry. But I do love dabbing it on sometimes, you know. But anyway, puts me right in the holiday mood. In fact, I'm thinking about making this my Christmas fragrance this year because this just makes me feel like royalty. I want to wear velvet, red velvet, and wear this fragrance and just feel like $1 million. Okay, so in the same token, Fève Gourmand is very close to Gourmand Coquin, but they're not the same fragrance. This one is not as much rose. It's slightly less elegant, a little bit more of the boozy Gourmand vibe than that one. You know, but it's still perfect. Again, there's rose in there, but rose is not as dominant as it is in the Gourmand Coquin. But again, perfect for the holidays. I might actually layer these two, or I might actually just wear this because this one just on Christmas Day, I mean, just makes me feel like $1 million. But anyway, this one is a perfect one too for the holidays. And another amazing Gourmand fragrance that I cannot live without during the winter, and I cannot believe I forgot to include this in my winter fragrances video. Kicking myself for that, but this is one I pull out every winter. I mean, sometimes I wear it in fall, but winter is really my preferred time to wear this. This is the most delicious, Snickerdoodle, sugar cookie smelling, lactonic, milky gorgeousness. It smells like a biscotti or a sugar cookie dipped in milk, sprayed with musk, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm talking about? This is, of course, Sergio Italica. This is the queen of all Gourmand fragrances. In my opinion, this is the #1 Gourmand fragrance ever. This is like a masterpiece. There has never been one done like this before or after or since then. It's just a masterpiece, you guys, I'm telling you. Again, it smells so dang delicious. Like, it smells like, again, sugar cookies dipped in milk. Only like the perfume version with a blast of musk that's sexy. My husband, and this is really sweet, by the way. Talk about perfection for the holidays, right? With all the cookies and candy we eat, it's just like, oh, it makes me feel delicious. And it's sexy because men love a good sweet fragrance on women, and my husband loves the way this smells. He thinks it smells absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, it puts me right in the holiday spirit. And I love to use my Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Boom Boom scrub and then the body cream and layer that with this, and of course the body wash. That's like a perfect match made in heaven. You guys already know this. If you have been watching my channel, you've seen my videos talking about that. So I talked about spicy vanillas, spicy festive holiday vanillas, and then there are like the gourmands, like, you know, chocolate or marshmallow fragrances, which fit really well within the holidays. So that's what I've talked about so far. And also I feel like this type of fragrance with this dominant fragrance note fits really well within the holiday season too. It is, of course, cherry fragrances, and I have the two right here, Lost Cherry and Cherry Smoke. These are perfect for the holidays. This one, you know, Lost Cherry, it's a classic at this point. It is that sort of slightly boozy balsamic cherry fragrance with the dark cherry. Like, it's got a little bit of booziness from the rum, like little balsamic from the I think it's the Peru balsam. You know what I mean? And the dark cherry is just delicious. The cherry is just a very nice holiday note, you guys. Like bourbon soaked cherries. That's like really like a holiday thing that really kind of puts me in holiday vibes. So this is like that boozy cherry, you know. And this is cherry smokes. This is not very lasting, so what I do is I layer it with cherry smoke, which is like the slightly smokier version, darker cherry that goes really well together. So I'm kind of going to pair them together. And then of course I have this beauty. This is from Bodecia, the Victorious Bodacious. This is again another, oh, I forgot to mention this has a little almond nuance in it too. This is also that beautiful, gorgeous cherry, almond, and boozy combination, except this one is even more boozy. It's even more like a true bourbon cherry kind of vibe. It's like a very, I think this has cognac. And that's perfect. Cognac is it's brandy basically, or bourbon soaked cherries, right? That's like, this is more like a true cherry, brandy soaked cherry kind of vibe. This of course has the almond nuance because cherry note, which is the synthetic note, naturally has an almond nuance, but then you add almond to the fragrances with cherry note, then it enhances that almond nuance. So this is perfect for the holidays, puts me right in the mood. And then finally, lastly, I feel like certain type of leather fragrances really complement the holiday season, because leather fragrances tend to also have like balsamic notes that really complement the holidays. Sometimes they have vanilla and just the type of fragrance notes that you blend leather with, I feel like really complement the holiday season. So my favorite leather is right here. This is my all-time favorite, smoothest, most sexy, gorgeous leather fragrance to ever have existed. This is Louis Raj from the Louis World collection of the Christian Louboutin fragrance house, fashion house, yes. This is the sexiest, most like sexy leather ever. Very, to me, it leans very feminine. I feel like it just makes me feel like, I need to put on leather pants and a red hot top, okay? So this is more of a fragrance to go out and have fun, go to parties, like holiday parties, go out, have drinks and go out with friends and family, that kind of fragrance during the holidays. This has, of course, that beautiful suede note that gives it the leather accord. It has pink pepper, which gives it a slight spicy kind of vibe. And the pink pepper is that happy spice that make you feel happy. Some woody notes, you know what I mean? And this has some other really sexy notes that they have, of course, not revealed. And I feel like this has balsamic notes and it has a blast of sexy musk. I love it. I love it, love it. And another one that really is like perfect cold weather fragrance, you guys. It almost makes me feel a little bit frosty, like think of snow during the holidays with this fragrance. This is Fragrance du Bois Siberian Rose. It really reminds me of Christmas in Russia. I'm sure it's kind of like this, This is like a very sexy leather fragrance. Also, this has, I think, white rose and also like a very unique fragrance. It just has this sort of like perfect like snow kind of like, they make me think of snow and the holidays and Christmas, that kind of great fragrance to wear. I feel like if you're going skiing and then out to like, that type of fragrance. I don't know if I'm conveying what I'm trying to say. It's very sexy fragrance. And of course it has juniper, which gives it that sort of piney vibe, which reminds you of like Christmas trees and snow, you know what I mean? Like, and it has leather, not to mention. Very, very sexy. Pink pepper, just like Louis Raj. They're actually they're not the same, but they're very much in the same family. Again, a great fragrance to go out in during the holidays. So you guys, those are my festive fragrances that put me right in the holiday mood. Make me want to bake, or make me want to wrap gifts, make me want to have hot cocoa, make me want to go out skiing, make me want to go out, have fun, have drinks, go to holiday parties. You know what I'm saying? So they put me right in the holiday spirit. So what do you think, guys? Let me know down in the comment section what fragrances put you right in that holiday mood, holiday spirit. Share them with me. Maybe I missed some that are quite perfect for the holidays. I will see you in my next video, which is a long overdue one that's coming, that's been requested. So yeah, Sunday, stay tuned at 9 a.m. Eastern time. I will see you guys in that video.